in this plan, it's hard to pick what to pick at, but I will just point out for the moment that we still have this $30 million presumably bus barn in this plan, all for what sounds like the purpose of just sparing the precious, precious staff some of their so hard hours of work from driving a bus somewhere for it to get fixed. I think someone in this room said that sum of money buys a lot of staff time. Another thing that stands out in this review of the SIM program by its absence is any mention of the number one transportation-related issue that I've heard from most people in town, which is people want Schnebley Hill Road paved, but doesn't sound like staff are ever going to give us that, so perhaps we shouldn't be so surprised that it's not in here. But there's two other things that have jumped out of this presentation so far that I think warrant comment. The first is the suggestion that this uptown permit parking program will protect neighborhoods. Protect them from what? From a bunch of drunken javelina in a miniature Jeep? The language that has been used repeatedly tonight suggests that neighborhoods in Uptown are somehow in need of protection from presumably tourists, which would, by logically extending this concept, imply that tourists are inherently dangerous. I'd like to invite this council and staff to reconsider their phrasing very carefully, especially in light of the fact that more than 85% of the revenues which they spend so blithely on this sort of massive engineering project comes from the tourists they consider so dangerous. The other really troubling idea that emerges from all of this staff talk is the concept that the city is somehow going to decide where it is best for us to park and where it is best for us to go. That you're going to get inside our minds and convince us we ought to just all fall in line with whatever transit and transport system you want. You hear here talking tonight about putting tags on people's cars to know if they're where you want them to be. You're talking about people's guests being at risk of fine and potentially arrest if they're not where you want them to be. This is flat-out totalitarianism. This is absolutely obscene.